through this campaign, Rahul, Vasundhara Raje has been refusing to take questions, and she's done the same today because the obvious question that was going to be asked to her, are you in the Chief Minister race? She doesn't want to get into it at the moment. And she's praised Narendra Modi 4 times in 5 minutes.
But it's beyond her control now. It's frankly beyond her control. They'll do whatever the BJP High Command thinks is right. They didn't project her. It's hardly a secret. They want to go beyond her. And they have the opportunity now to make that happen.
Could they bring in someone from the center like a Bhupendra Yadav? They did it with Yogi Adityanath in UP. Could they bring in someone like Bhupendra Yadav, who's a trusted aide of Amit Shah?
Why didn't they make him fight then? If they wanted him.
But Yogi Adityanath didn't fight the UP elections but was made Chief Minister. I just wonder whether someone from the center could come also.
No, but the difference with Yogi Adityanath was the top BJP brass said a lot of MLAs wanted Yogi Adityanath. He was the #1 most popular candidate when it came to who people wanted should come and campaign for them. You can't really say
that. Doesn't command that same pan-Rajasthan appeal at the moment, but you never know. But you never know.
I want to spend a moment on
Gujarat is sui generis. I can appoint even Rajdeep Sardesai can become Chief Minister.
Looking at vote share numbers, okay, so we'll start with Rajasthan. I want to show you the vote share numbers it gives because we've seen the seats enough. The vote share breakup gives you a good sense of how each of these states is actually looking. So I'll take Madhya Pradesh, for example, and give you the vote share numbers from Madhya Pradesh. What here on your screen now, what you see initially are the previous year's numbers. Now you're seeing the current year's numbers, 49 versus 41. That's a 8% lead for the BJP in Madhya Pradesh in terms of vote share. And that really is hats off to Pradeep for picking it up because your estimates were higher than the BJP's own estimates. Some of the top BJP leaders I spoke to said, "Ye thoda zyada bol raha, acha hi hoga, itte aa jayenge," but they weren't expecting this either. So that is as far as, I can do a few other things which makes the vote share numbers more interesting. I'll show you a heat map of Madhya Pradesh. What this does is it shows you in how many seats was the Congress really in the fray. There are only 117 seats where the Congress's vote share is above 40%. Which means in the other seats, the Congress didn't even get 40% of the vote share. The BJP had 40% plus vote share in 187 seats. This is a very important data point that we're putting out, showing the dominance of the BJP versus how weak the Congress's performance once you break it down. So this is called a vote share heat map. What you're seeing is how many seats did the BJP do well in, which is above 40%. How many did the Congress put up a good fight in? They didn't do that in too many seats. If we compare this with the historical vote share for Madhya Pradesh, the BJP has actually done better in this election than it ever has. In 2003, the BJP's vote share was 43%. 2008, it was 38%. 2013, it was 45%, came down to 41%. Now it's 49%. So an 8% increase. The Congress, roughly where it was at 41% earlier, it's at 41%. It's the BJP that's pulled votes away from the others, brought it to itself. That's a big number there. I can do a dispersion. I'll show you what the dispersion looks like in Madhya Pradesh. What this dispersion does is it shows you how strongly the BJP has done. It's done poorly in very few seats, doing strongly in a lot of seats. And we can do the same now for Rajasthan. Let me do the same for Rajasthan and show you the Rajasthan numbers for vote share. So in Rajasthan, if we look at the vote share, 39-39 it was roughly last time round. This time the BJP at 42, the Congress at 39. So Rajasthan was tighter, more contested, 19% to the others, a lot of vote to the others, a 3% gap in favor of the BJP in Rajasthan, 3% up from the last time. Again, the Congress roughly where it was. So they're pulling votes from the others, the Congress holding on both in Madhya Pradesh and in Rajasthan to where it was last time.
Yeah, so this is where my poll is. See, 41% we said for the BJP, they are getting 42%. And also we said 42 for the Congress, they are 39, meaning -2 added to 1 to the BJP and 2 to the others.
I'll show you vote share heat map for Rajasthan. What the vote share heat map does is it tells you how strong a performance the Congress put up. So there are 122 seats where the BJP had 40% plus vote share. 122 seats, BJP's vote share is more than 40%. The Congress's vote share is more than 40% only in 98 seats. So in half the state, the Congress couldn't even get 40%, so it never really was in the reckoning on these seats. If I do a historical breakup of the vote share details, as I've been saying since the morning, this kind of micro detailing is not available anywhere else. I mean, there's no other network that can come anywhere close to matching the level of detailing that we can do. So where does this look in terms of historical vote share? It's kind of where it was. The BJP's biggest victory was in 2013 when it had 45% of the vote share. It now has 42%. Last year it was 39%. In 2008 it was 34%. So this is really not the BJP's biggest victory in terms of vote share in Rajasthan.
It's actually not so, when you look at those numbers, it just shows you the role that others play in Rajasthan.
Correct.
In no other Hindi heartland state will you feel such big numbers for others. 21% went down to 19%. The Congress, the gap is only 3%. You see, it's not as if the gap, Rahul, even when you do the heat map, when you say 98 seats over 40%, that's quite a lot. That's almost half the seats of Rajasthan. Congress was over 40%. Just think about it. Yes. The Congress needed one extra incremental vote. You could have either done that with alliances or you could have presented a more inclusive leadership. These are the small micro detailing in a state election management.
I'll give you a small example. We were talking about the Bundelkhand region in Madhya Pradesh. There are 4 seats now that I have just gone through. One of them that I have in front of me, Niwari, where the Samajwadi Party has polled 13,000 seats, which is double the winning, 13,000 votes, which is double the winning margin of the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Congress.
Yeah,
and there
but the only difference I'll make is that in Madhya Pradesh it's a washout. When 162 plays 66, it would have made no difference.
Every seat
but
counts.
in Rajasthan, had you concentrated on 20 to 25 seats in making alliances on the ground, in ensuring that you had dropped 20 more sitting MLAs, Gehlot would have had half a chance. You see, this is where, as I said, when you put ego before your party, I will not have anything to do with Sachin Pilot till the last moment. It doesn't work. When you say that, my welfare schemes are good enough, it doesn't work.